Hey, cycle breakers and barrier breakers alike. Welcome to the Fuck That Bullshit podcast, where we advocate, educate, motivate, and create a safe space for you to embrace the mental wealth of marginalized and disenfranchised communities. We are serving no bullshit knowledge, tools, strategies, and insights. And yes, we will be entertaining. Our goal each episode is for you to leave feeling empowered, ready to take action and make meaningful choices that pave the way to your abundant mental wealth. So enjoy, like, subscribe, share, and discuss. Make sure you save it too, just in case you want to look back at it and get some more tips and things. The PTBS podcast is for education, empowerment, and inspiration. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional mental health care. If you're in need of additional support, please reach out to a licensed mental health provider. Warning: the Fuck That Bullshit podcast is intended for mature audiences only. This podcast contains raw, unfiltered conversations about mental health, social issues, and breaking generational cycles. We keep it real, unapologetic, and explicit because healing and empowerment require honesty. We're going to have strong language and adult themes, unfiltered discussions on race, identity, and mental wealth, challenging bullshit narratives without censorship. So if you're easily offended, this might not be for you, and it's definitely not for kids. But if you're ready for bold, barrier-breaking conversations that empower, educate, and entertain, tap in and let's fuck that bullshit together. Let's go. Hey, to my people.
What it is, people.
Wait, dude.
Shit,
I thought Counterpart gonna be a little late today. He on CPT. We was a little bit on CPT, but we here.
we in here. We here. We had to fire Fred because he was trying to take over.
You gotta watch over. That's that nigga shit right there.
Yep, there you go. That ain't black people.
Speaking of that, that's what we're talking about tonight.
Exactly.
Fuck that monolithic bullshit. Is the difference between niggas and black folk. Niggas and black folk.
Big difference.
Brian, you came up with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what made you want to talk about niggas and black folk?
Because I was having a conversation with one of those newer people, newer people to life, the younger group.
The younger folks.
And the thought processing, you can't shake it. Like it's almost like you'll say, no, you shouldn't do that, and they'll constantly just say, yeah, that's what you do, and you can't. It's hard for them to change that narrative. But then I thought about the fact that I knew people older than me who had that same mentality. So like they can't break free from it. You know what I'm saying? And also, my that damn social media. We see people do things and we like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Why are you doing that? And I even see people who really may or may not, because I don't know him personally, may or may not even fit into the category. But there's this one guy, I wish I would have remembered his name too, because I sure would have said it. But he does the AI things. So it's like these AI generated
Yeah. Okay.
But it's all us in a stereotypical negative way.
Right.
It's over and over again like that. So I commented on, I don't usually be commenting on that shit, but I commented on it. I said, man, how much them racist white folks paying you to do this? You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get, I'm like, and they look almost real. They look almost real.
Because
so it's like, I'm like, you obviously got a lot of talent and you obviously good at this. Your stuff not crazy with like the new African trend of people getting into a car and shit. So you making this good, it's dope. There's so many other things you could do with it, but you keep portraying us in a way. Because one of them was and I should have uploaded that clip, but one of them, it was this black lady, and she was on the phone and standing on a little small ladder, changing the battery in a smoke detector, and she was on. She said, "Girl," she was like, "Bitch, you knew to stop that beeping. All you had to do was change the battery." And I was like, "Damn, why you got to do us like that? Because that's not even a real. That's not even a black thing.
Right.
It's just a people thing.
People keep saying that was a black thing about that's not a black thing.
Exactly.
There are lots of white folks that don't change the battery and just listen to and deal with the beeping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And most of the time, personally, my black ass, I'm trying to stop the beeping because it's driving me crazy. So and I've changed batteries and they keep beeping.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this damn smoke detector?
Yeah. Because I've taken them completely out.
Oh yeah, and that's my next step. I will take it completely off. Like, well, we're gonna have to smell the smoke.
For real. We'll feel the heat damage. But yeah, and it was just seeing that type of thing, you know what I'm saying, and hearing that type of thing, or people that it seemed like they don't get it. Like they'll sit in that bullshit, or just continue doing things that kind of way. And I'm like, you don't have to do that shit. Like you don't have to be like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I had a conversation once. This person was saying, she had met a guy and was just going on and on about the gangs he was in, and I'm like, why you want somebody like that? Like why are you saying like this is my choice? You know what I'm saying? With kids and everything. I was like, you want that in your environment? Because it's gonna be a part of your environment. Because if it happened to him and you with him, it's gonna happen to you too. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just that kind of shit.
I can understand it. And I've had encounters with clients that are like that. They usually don't last long with me because all about elevating and all that. And it's hard for people to get out of that mindset. It's real hard for them because it's true conditioning, and what you're told is the norm and all that. And so people start buying into it. They start buying into the stereotype of things.
I'm like, I remember when I didn't get it.
Right. I do. Yeah.
But when somebody was trying to hit me, I was curious to, okay, so there's an option. You know what I mean? But
right. And I also think though they are, and I hate thinking this way, but understanding that everybody won't get it, and some people won't ever get it, right? Because I like to think that people can grow, and because everybody has the capability,
right?
But willingness and comfortability and all the things that contribute to you staying stuck starts to become problematic, right? And so I see people that are like, I don't understand why this keep happening to me, and you're like, it's you. Stop.
Right. Yeah. And look, and I've watched it happen to people over and over again, and I'm like, damn, that's you, bro.
That's you. This keep happening to me over and over again. It's
right.
I can't find no job. Are you looking?
Yep, exactly.
Have you filled out an application? Have you gone on any interviews? Are you following up?
Right.
But I can't find no job nowhere, because and that's the part where we're like, okay, we know systemic things occur and they are present.
Right.
But you can't blame the man if you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You can only blame the man if you're doing everything you can possibly do, and then you still can't get ahead.
Right. Yeah, you can't go to a job interview smelling like a pound of weed and then keep saying, yeah, but they won't hire me. I mean, and then use that excuse like, this is me. This is who I am. Well, that's them. And that's who they are. They have they have an option. You know what I mean? It's like you're not gonna show up at a job wearing a bikini, talking about this is me, this is what I wear. You know what I mean? Right. This is my style. You know what I mean? But it's I'm telling you, it's sometimes it's fucking heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, like I say, I remember when I didn't get it, and I'm gonna say that throughout because I'm not trying to say like I'm above,
Oh, no, not
but
by.
somebody saw what I was doing was like, hey man,
Mhm.
you ain't got
Right,
to do that. You don't
right,
have to do
right.
that.
And that's like we've talked before about, when you had your people, and even in a game, right?
Hmm.
You decided the rules of your
Right,
of your shit, right?
right,
You chose, you know what, we ain't gonna have no y'all in here, no, not taking care of your kids. That's
right,
not what you do, right? And all
right,
that. So like, so I can literally have a gang and I can pop niggas if I want to, but what you're not gonna do is not take care of your kids. So that's
right,
still
right. Yeah,
right,
right.
so it's
You
like,
still putting some kind of thought into that shit. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
You
So it's
still put thought into it. Because
right.
I mean, I've done nefarious things myself, right? But I
Hmm.
still can make a choice as to how I go about doing the thing.
Right.
You know, I talk all the time about, you can get one of two versions of me. You can get Chanel Batiste LPC, who is very
Hmm.
professional. I will cuss you out without using a cuss word. All right.
Right.
But then you can get 9-1 now.
Yep.
Right.
And exactly, and that's why I always say it's like every when I say anything, I'm not saying like I'm the baddest person on the street and all that bullshit. I'm saying nobody takes shit.
Right.
Nobody puts up with that. It's not me, it's you too. It's
That's right.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, the consequence is worth the shit. And for other
Right.
people, the consequence is not. It's like nobody's never afraid of the person. Man, I'm afraid of I
Because,
don't have time for jail. I like
yeah, I don't want to
privacy
go to
and
jail.
shit.
I got too much to
Yeah,
lose. Right.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
know. So what I did a little bit of research, a lot of the stuff that was coming up looking for stuff. Um Fred was having trouble, or for of course it's hard to search with the word nigga. So
Right, 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 right. I would assume
so,
so.
yeah, so I had to send him a few things or whatever. So some stuff that came up with the differences is survival mindset versus a growth mindset,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a hood loyalty versus healing elevation, systemic traps versus self accountability, nigga shit as trauma responses versus a conscious cycle breaking mindset, bougie versus basic, educated versus acting white, and woke versus willfully blind. So
Right.
that's the things that we can kind of use to define, because I know a lot
Right.
of people are like, what did I don't understand the difference between
Right. Right.
it's
Right.
just black folk, right? But we're talking about a mindset and a behavior, right?
Yeah.
Like, we can all go to the cookout. We don't have to shoot guns at the cookout. We can just eat
Right.
the time.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Everybody ain't gotta, rep they set. We repping family.
Right.
Decisions.
Exactly. Exactly. There's time and a place for that shit.
Right. There's a time and a place for all the things or whatever and stuff like that. Do you see that at our age from our generation?
From our generation, no, I don't. I don't. I see.
Mhm.
I can say I've seen it, but I'm happy to say nobody I know personally. It
Me?
seemed like everybody, because it's like a lot of high school friends and neighborhood friends on talk to them on Facebook and see them on
Right.
Facebook. Everybody doing their thing. Like you
Right.
kind of, I see the come up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I see
Right.
everybody's come up, but
Mhm.
I think it's like I've said in the past, like our generation, we still had monarchs. You know what I mean? So we still had that grandparent connect.
Mhm.
We had that the 70s taught us a lot.
A
Our
lot.
music, a lot of things that were being poured into us weren't that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Weren't that. I mean, because even having Shaft and Willie Dynamite, it wasn't all bad. You know what I
Right.
mean? They
Right.
had
Right.
at minimum, Willie Dynamite had a goddamn plane. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So we actually had here, we had James Evans. So
Right.
we had a different viewpoint. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That
So
makes sense.
I think that's why we don't see it a lot in our generation. And plus our lives were more censored. You know what I mean? There was more parental control over what we saw, what we heard, what we encountered. you
Right.
know, and so on and so forth. These
Right.
damn churns just too fucking free.
They are
Shit.
very free.
Yeah, they too free.
It's not access because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, like we talked about, both our mamas wasn't at home. A lot of they was working all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Parents and all that. And so we had freedom with regard to we didn't have a lot of supervision, right? Because we
Right.
was raising ourselves and all that. However, there wasn't that much access.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe if we
Yeah.
was at home with the internet by ourselves, we could have been bad. But
Exactly.
all we had
Exactly.
each other to talk to, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
all.
I mean, our worst case scenario, we stayed up all night. Oh, we watched Saturday Night Live. I remember
Right.
mom
Oh
would not
yeah.
let me
Yeah.
watch Saturday Night Live. And when I finally watched it, I was like, this is what you said I couldn't watch it. Yeah, I didn't get it. Like I was like, nobody's naked. But I mean, and for real, but the closest thing we had to porn was the Benny Hill show.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? So we didn't have that much access. And our, you know, the people we admired, you know, our pop and R&B, well, you know, I guess it was pop R&B,
yeah.
but New Edition was singing about the girl they liked in high school.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Everything was age appropriate, age related. You know what I mean? That's why most people out of our generation, we didn't really start wilding out till we were adults.
Right.
Where when we never had to sneak into the club because we had no interest until we was old enough to go. You know what I mean?
This is true.
So
You know, so I wonder if our children or the younger folks beyond us, is that there's the internet. We're not gonna leave the internet alone because that's the main focus and all that. But how did we contribute to that?
I think a lot of the parents, you know what I'm saying? I think because a trend is a trend, they want to be down with the trend too. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm older now, but I want to feel young. So I'm aware that the young people styles and fashions and do a TikTok dance or whatever. It's like, and to me, you lose your positioning. You know what I mean? You lose your parental positioning like that because my kids weren't trying to do the things I was doing, and definitely wasn't trying to do none of the things they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, and even listen, like you could like a new song, but you don't have to admire a new song. You know what I mean? Like is different. Like the way we was behind LL when he came out, a Michael Jackson Thriller album, so on and so forth. But that was music that was built for us by the artist, right? My mama thought the Michael Jackson album was great, but she wasn't like, "Oh, the new Michael Jackson." You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen grown ass people like, "Man, you heard that new Clips?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I heard it. It's shit tight." Man, you ain't really heard. I really heard it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. They real hip hop. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have to know what's going on with Kodak Black. Like, oh, you saw Kodak Black was in the streets. Like, yeah, I saw a clip of that shit. Man, he needs some help. Man, I don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I got real bills to pay. You know
exactly.
So it's I see a lot of the adults, you know, kind of too involved in what their kids are involved in. You know what I'm saying? So the leadership factors, I don't know, it look imbalanced. You know what I mean?
I can see that. Because I'm like that too with my girls. Where I want to know what's going on, right? Because I'm interested in what's going on, like what the music sound like right now, right? And stuff like that, and see what you're listening to. But at the same time, I'm introducing them to our music, right?
Exactly.
So they have that roundness and that. Hell, Grace showed me some music today, and I think it's by a new artist, and it sounded like a jazz club. I'm sending that to your uncle's.
Yeah, send me that.
Oh, yeah, it was so good. And so, but I'm glad that my kids are well rounded with regard to music, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, my kids didn't hip me to some nice shit.
Some nice shit. Damn. Right. You know,
well, you heard this shit. I'm gonna lie and say I hipped you to this shit.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I felt today. She was like, "Mom, you gotta put this on. Just listen. I was like, "What? Yeah, the horns for real."
Yep.
Yes.
Man, I remember when Lil Brian
Changing tempo. Okay.
walked in the house one day. He was like, Dad, this you. And it was the group called the Internet. Man, I listened to that. I was like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I got all their shit. I was like, I know they got some shit before this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm just getting into this. I need to look at the old shit.
Right. I need the back shit so I could talk shit, you know?
But I think that comes with balance, right?
Right.
It's just like me telling my kids, I'm not your little friend, but I'm friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come talk to me. We can talk about all the things you want to talk about, but I'm not your little friend. Right. You know, so don't get that part twisted. So I think maybe, and possibly because a lot of Gen X, because we did take care of ourselves. We were like latchkey kids and, you know, not much parental supervision. My kids was laughing because they put on, somebody announced the boomers didn't know where their kids were because they had a commercial about it. Do you know where I was like,
oh
shit,
yeah. They used to come on every night. It's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Probably not.
Let me tell you something. They didn't know where we was. My brother used to get on a bike at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And that fool used to roll until the street lights came on. And when he came inside, the street lights was on. So Fred.
Was Annie.
You back from Oklahoma?
Yeah.
No, I've been back from Oklahoma. I was having technical difficulties.
Damn, in Oklahoma? Shit.
No, at home.
Okay. What you was in Oklahoma for? We being nosy.
I was trying to make some money.
Oh, word.
Ooh,
okay.
I made a little bit. I paid a couple of
delivering
bills.
drugs.
You pay a couple of bills, but that's something. That's something.
Yeah.
You know I feel it. Brian told everybody we fired you because you tried to take over the show.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That sounds like the shit I would do.
He said y'all fired me too and took over the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So all three of our top fans are gonna come for you.
That's right. And we love all three of our top fans.
God damn it. Oh, wait. Well, before I forget, let me send a shout out to Jazzy, JJ, and Cruz. That's my coworkers. You know, they was peeping out the show on Friday. Yep, Jazzy and JJ trying to start their own podcast. I'm encouraging them to do that. You know, please to move in that way that is satisfying for you. You know, I don't know what the topic is, you know, what they joint's gonna be about, but you know, this show is gonna support that show as soon as they get it like they want it.
Yeah. Y'all let us know what y'all need help with. You know what I'm saying? We got y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's room on the internet for everybody.
That's right. God damn it.
And we gotta support. I just saw a little bit ago that was talking about you know, us being able to support. Matter of fact, that was Brian. Hey, Brian from the Beeline. That's who that was. Who was talking about like we need to learn to continue to support each other in the things that we're trying to do instead of competition and all that. Yeah, like I was like, that's what's up. Like one show should be supported.
We've been dropping some nuggets here lately.
He have. He's been on that deep thinking thing lately. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. You know. So me and Brian was just discussing, you know, niggas versus black folks and how the Generation X tends to not, for the most part, we don't fall into that like everybody else does. It's usually the old cats and the young ones, you know. And I was trying to figure out what was different about us, but we also have an imbalance. He was saying, like, you know, sometimes
that parental imbalance, you know.
You know, and I've seen that before where, and I think it might be because we did raise ourselves. People feel like they missed their childhood, and so
I can definitely agree with that. Yeah. I missed a lot. Like, that I tried to make up for in my 20s.
Right. Because I realized that when I adopted the girls, and me and Trev adopted the girls, and he used to say sometimes you be in that dining room with them children, and I think you are a teenager. And my inner teenager was participating, right?
Right.
I use that as a girl. What happened at school? What? You know, and so I was engaged just that much, but I think it helped to heal that inner teenager, right? But again, I've always still had that boundary with my kids that we friendly, but we ain't friends.
We friends. We cool, so, but we ain't that cool.
With you.
Right.
But,
I know I don't feel that though. I don't feel like I missed out. Because when I was a kid, I did 100% of the kids shit.
You did good shit though. You did.
And when in my teens, I had a good ass time, man. But and in my 20s, I got to do grown up shit in a immature ass way. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're supposed to.
Yeah. But it's like I tell my kids though, I always just tell the boys, it's like we not equals. You know what I mean? Like we never gonna be equals. I said, as you get older, we're gonna have more shit in common.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we will never be equals. And why would you want that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you even want that? You don't want this. This is a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And you want like to, because I'm watching the girls, like they're valuing the knowledge a lot more now and stuff. So like it be you sitting in Jiffy Lube and was getting the tires rotated. In their minds, they were rotating the tires, right?
Right.
And I said, and then the car went up, and they was like, "Wait a minute!" Like I say, "No, they're rotating the tires." Right. And it was like, "Oh!" So I got to talking about a whole bunch of different car stuff, because my mama told me how to change the oil and the spark plugs, and I could change the tire, all that stuff. And then sometimes they sit back and like, you've been alive for a long time because you just know a lot of stuff. They just be like, you know a lot of stuff. They did that when we moved. They looked around my room and they was like, you just have a lot of things. And it's not like hoarding. It's not like, but it's just like you look like you've been living for a while because you got a lot of stuff. Right. And I'm like, man, because I've been living for a long time. So it wasn't like man, you old, but it was just like, you can tell you've been here a while, like know stuff that I don't even think to ask about, because I just had a little random fact, and they're like, "That was dope." Like you know that, So they always anyway, like your girl on what you call them, you got your fucking degree and you think you know everything, So that's their little phrase all the time. But I'm like, I don't know everything, but I know what I do know, and I'm gonna spread that knowledge to you. I'm still learning stuff. But as I learn the stuff, I'm still gonna spread that to you, so you'll have more knowledge.
Yep.
And so I think that balance and that connection between those generations make a difference. But that's why also my kids also notice the difference between nigga shit and black folk shit.
Right.
Because they can call out. They can call out too. Fred, what you got any examples of some nigga shit versus black folks?
Yeah, I got some nigga shit that happened yesterday.
Okay, good. You like fresh examples.
When I was out in Oklahoma making some money, playing some cards, they got this black dude. You got to be black for all of this stuff.
Right, for it to make sense, right?
Yeah.
He one of them whining dudes that I can't stand.
What was me?
He just bitch and complain about everything.
Yeah, that's not what was me.
Yeah. So we was in there. They had some people on the other side, some white guys. They was drunk. They was having fun, Hey, they having fun. They losing their money. They drunk.
That's all that matters at the casino. Have fun, lose money.
Yes.
He yells at the top of his lungs, "Hey, y'all need to cut it down over there." And we all like, it was me and this other black guy. We looking at him like, "What's wrong with him?" And then he go to bitch about, because they always gonna be like, "See, that's that nigga shit right there."
Right.
Like you didn't even have to do that. That conversation had nothing to do with you. They was talking about white people shit.
Right.
And that had nothing to do with you. And he did that like the whole while he was there. He just interjected himself into everything. Somebody do something, he had to be loud. And it got to the point to where like he almost got into a fight.
Yeah.
But that was because he was loud, he was bold, but he's kind of stocky black dude. So I kind of chalk that up as to I'm black, can't no white people whip my ass.
Right.
And that shit ain't true.
There's plenty of white boys out here who can stomp your ass in the ground.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. You know, and I can see that, and that's not one of those situations. Again, there's loud nigga shit and there's loud black folk shit, right?
Yeah.
And all that. So
no, that was loud nigga shit because all the white people started looking at us like we supposed to reel him in.
Or something.
Right.
Like,
you're all the same color. He's your responsibility.
No.
Right.
But for real, that dude sounded like he was acting more white than black. All that interjection and shit. Like I gotta be a part of the every damn thing that go on in the room.
And that's what I was gonna ask next though, like, because is acting white nigga shit?
Well, you know what? It's gonna be now.
Oh,
yeah. I like that shit. Yes.
Right. Because if you're not being black folk,
right,
then you're doing nigga shit.
Right. But that'll be house nigga shit.
That's
nigga
shit.
Yes.
That's exactly what I call it. That shit, I'm suing, putting charges on all your asses. But yeah,
I've been saying that. That's exactly what I call it because my thing is, what's acting white? Because I know personally plenty of ignorant white motherfuckers.
Right.
Is that acting is the corporate America version of white acting white? Because that's usually when we say, "Oh, you acting white." That's usually where we go with that. But you also know if you were smart in school, you was acting white.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Are we all supposed to just be fucking dumb? That's the black thing to do. I can't be smart. Well, I guess I gotta be white then.
Right. Because black folk is smart and niggas is dumb.
Right.
I like that. I like that.
Because
look at you dropping knowledge.
I was thinking about like acting white. So for me, acting white is when you are showing inner racism, like you are being prejudiced towards your own.
Right.
You are operating in a mindset that is like white folk. Not your speech, not your intelligence, that's just speaking proper English. I can speak hood, I can speak proper English, I can speak African American vernacular English, I can speak Ebonics or whatever. So like I can speak a lot of different ways, right? But that's just language and and that I can behave in a certain way, but that ain't defined by race, right? Or ethnicity and all that. It's a mindset. So if I am black and I'm acting like you ain't shit because you black, or I'm judging you because and I'm operating in this stereotype in my head that's like, they all like that. Because one ignorant nigga at the place is being stupid, then I'm acting white.
Right. Because you just made me think about something. I was at work one day bragging on you, and I told somebody you had a master's degree from LSU. I had to throw the LSU in there. And they was like,
from Lynchburg.
Oh, okay. Well, I told them LSU.
I got it anyway.
You just roll with LSU. All right. They don't know.
They don't know.
But they went, oh, she on her white people shit. And I had to catch myself because I had to catch myself because I caught myself trying to defend you. And I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck I gotta defend her for?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you say so.
Yeah. Whatever white people shit is to you, because it sounds like having a master's degree equal white people shit. It's not.
No, it's not.
Because majority of black women have the most degrees out of everybody now. So
that is true.
Thank you.
We're gonna start saying that if a man get a degree now, and he gonna be like, you on that black woman shit.
right. Next black man I meet with a degree, I'm gonna say that you on that black woman shit. Black women get degrees, nigga. We get jobs. We get jobs.
But that, and like, again, that's a mentality, like, and
Right.
it's a like we say, it's not a growth mindset, it's a limited mindset.
Yeah, because I caught myself saying in my head, "Oh, this nigga ignorant."
Right.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I thought, and my whole outlook on him was different.
Right.
You wasn't my black brother. Oh, you just some ignorant ass nigga.
Right.
Yeah. And I do it all the time. Every time I see black people behaving badly, I'm like, man, look at these niggas.
Look at these niggas.
These goddamn niggas. You know what I mean?
Don't do it. Oh,
and it's fucked up because it's not even just a thing about what they doing. It's the thing that whatever's happening that's nigga, they accept it. It's normal. It's almost like it's okay. It's what we do. No, that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's not what we do. There's no benefit for us doing that. There's no benefit to
that's what I was
us as individuals.
What is the benefit? What's
Exactly.
the benefit? Who benefits when you act like that?
Yeah, and it is the same way. White people would assume all black people listen to is rap music and things.
Right.
Because I know one time I was doing a gig. Good white folks, they prepay. So they paid me before it was the day before the gig. I went to go pick up the money, and me and the guy got to talking about music, and he said, yeah, man, I got a lot of Prince and Rick James. He kept naming all these black artists, and I said, yeah, I got a lot of the Police and Styx. Right. You know what I'm saying? I said, one of my favorite groups is Led Zeppelin. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, you listen to all that? I was like, I listen to music. You know what I'm saying? I listen to music. I said, I'm not a bigot in my music listening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't only. And then and I was trying to help him stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
And I could tell I don't know. I guess he thought it was making me feel more comfortable, or we could. But I'm like, no, bro. My vocabulary and my music library it don't start and stop with the color of the people's skin. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. And I think that's that limited mindset on that side, right? Because they've been trained, if you will, or taught that we are a certain way, right?
Right.
So when niggas start falling into that category and doing that thing that they believe is us, all of us, right? Then that's why we get pissed off as black folk, because we was like, no, that's not all of us.
Exactly.
Right? It's actually a small percentage.
Yeah.
It's actually a very small percentage.
Yeah, but they are the most loud and boisterous percentage.
Right.
So they look like a lot, but it's really not a lot. Majority of black people do regular shit, just regular, normal ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
But media don't, because think about it. How often do you see ignorant white people on TV?
You don't.
But yeah, because the media can control that narrative to the max.
Even in somewhere, because white people got a bad habit of calling people in West Virginia inbred motherfuckers.
Right.
But you never see them on TV. You don't see the meth head white boy on TV. Crashing out in the street. I mean, Brian said it before. That's not what they put on social media.
Right.
Because we're not trying to pass that narrative. White, good, black, bad. Right. You don't want that. Look at them fighting in the street. You don't want that in your neighborhood.
Right. That part.
Exactly.
That part. Exactly. And we experience that in our neighborhood now. You can look on the neighborhood Facebook page, and it's literally, oh, it's the ghetto now, and this and that, and and you're like, y'all white people still too. Whoever stole your little boy bike is probably white.
Right. Like, exactly.
It's probably your next door neighbor. All right.
We had somebody last year breaking out people windows in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. It was 3 little white boys when they finally caught them.
Yep.
And I'm like, they've been terrorizing the neighborhood for a month. I was wishing the motherfucker would come smash my goddamn truck one. But yeah, somebody called it because everybody around here got a goddamn ring camera.
Ring camera, yeah.
Right.
Ring
right.
cameras is they got some good shit.
Yeah, I got one,
Yeah.
so let me.
Yeah. I got one on the front and the back of my house. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see who it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting
without
one in
leaving the
back.
comfort of my bed.
Yeah, put them everywhere. Put them everywhere.
But yeah, when they and because we got the little Ring neighborhood app where everybody who got rings.
Yeah.
I'm
The
trying to
neighborhood get on
disconnect
my
from
nerves
it.
sometimes.
Nerves,
Though. Oh my
yeah.
god. They be
When
like,
they
yo, I heard shooting. Y'all heard shooting.
Oh, they were just talking about that on mine too. They be like, somebody groceries at my house. I'm like, you live clean on the other side of town.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
don't
when they
let the
found
power
out,
go out. They're like, the power's out in Kingsford Village. Is the power out by you guys? I'd be like, hell no, my power is on. Stop talking about it. just wait. just fucking wait. This is gonna come back on.
when they found out there was 3 little white kids, I was like, I can't believe why. But if they would have said it was 3 little black kids, you would have been like, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Ghetto riddled.
Right. You know. So let's talk from the other end of is there one right way to be black?
No. Because black is fluid. You know what I'm saying? It's a flow of things. You know what I mean? And there's no way, where you're not just gonna have people that's just not on board. And that's not a black thing. White people, that is a people thing. So it's always you're always gonna have people that's not on board. My biggest problem is not even just so much the way certain people, like if they just don't get it yet, or may never get it, or just choose to not even want it. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever the thing is, I just get tired of us always depicting only that point of view. And to me, even the black people who for profit depict that image of the nigga image of black people. Now you a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And now you a nigga too.
Yeah.
So because like when I say the difference between niggas and black people, the nigga side is the black person who is going above and beyond to meet the criteria of the word nigga as defined by white America.
White people. Yeah.
So you doing everything you could do just to fit that fucking narrative because you think somehow it makes you strong and black. I'm that's a real question to y'all out there because I don't know like what's the point of that? You know what I mean? Like what's the point of intentionally sounding like you less educated, intentionally not, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, those people who, because like they got these shows, the shows on Tubi. I call them nigga shows. Okay. Because you got a little bit of money. You want to make a movie. The shit look, pretty good. Look like startup, but it's fuck you. You made it. You did it. You made the movie. But why it gotta be Hood Nigga Part 8? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna kill this bitch Part 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like why say I'm gonna do a movie like this? And people say we doing it for the hood. Niggas,
well, you're not.
Don't. Just fucking don't. Don't.
The hood don't need
you to do that. No, we don't need that.
It's not benefiting anybody.
Right, because if I ain't got no job and I'm like, I'm gonna write a song. What song about me not having a job? Did you apply? Nope. I just keep writing these songs about me not having a job. I'm representing what I'm going through. And I should be improving what I'm going through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the beginning of that song should be about not having a job. By the end of the song, you have a job.
Exactly. Shit. Now, verse 3, I need to be employed. The fucking hook should change up. Because we got Tyler Perry. We don't need more Tyler Perrys. We already got somebody that's going to always put us in a bad light for profit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and that's like I think even with Tyler, like the plays and all, like those were great as long as they were hood driven. As long as they were in the hood, they was at the Singer Theater. They was, because it was for us and by us, right? And all that. Because that's my issue also, because nigga versus black folks versus my nigga, right?
Right,
Because
right.
that's
Oh,
different,
that's good. That's
Oh,
good. Yeah,
yeah, that
right?
was
that's good.
tight. I
Because
like
my
that.
nigga is different. That's that bond between me and you, and we might act a little ignorant between us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Certain things that stay within the circle that we don't bring outside of the circle because I can laugh at us. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I
right,
can laugh at Medea. I don't want white people laughing at that because they don't
right,
understand how Medea became Medea, right?
right,
Right.
Like
right.
why she so hood or why she carry her piece to keep
Mm-hmm.
it,
Right,
right?
right.
And all that. Like there's a because again, like he said, like the character of Medea like is a little bit of everybody auntie grandma, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that live in
Right,
the hood, right? We see a little of that of her in all of our folks.
right,
But that's not for like for people outside to laugh at that. That's making fun of, right?
Right.
right.
It's us going,
Exactly,
man, that's true,
exactly.
yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yep. Right, right. For us, it's nostalgia. For
Okay.
them, it's
Yeah.
like, look at those
Those
niggers.
niggers.
God damn
Yeah.
it, them damn niggers. But it's kind of like what Mo was talking about when she went to the show,
Mhm.
with her group of people. It's
Right.
like we saw it, we
But we
absolutely enjoyed it, but nah, we didn't get all that extra stuff. Y'all got a
So,
2-hour long podcast about sinners, and we didn't see all that
all that.
because it wasn't for
right.
you.
For
You,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at least from their perspective, they just didn't get it.
Right.
From the Tyler Perry perspective, right? It's minimizing.
Yeah.
It'll be minimizing in their eyes and justifying on top of
Right.
that. That's the shit part because
Yeah.
it begins to justify this. Y'all really do act like that. And now that Tyler
Right.
Perry and what Tyler don't seem to want to admit, you have the voice.
You do.
Yeah.
You have the voice, so you got the ear of all of these people. And what you saying to all these people is because of who he is, his voice is going to carry further and farther.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying this is how niggas act. This is how black
Right.
people act. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
and then he black. So they
Right.
Right.
average white person like it must be true.
True.
Tyler
Must be
Perry
true.
clearly showed it in this movie. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
but what I would love to see is for his house nigga ass to to make the same kind of shit he makes all white fucking cast though. All
Ooh.
white fucking cast. And I 100% guarantee you he won't do it because I can 100% guarantee you they won't like it.
No,
Yeah.
You know
they're
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying?
let that. They ain't gonna let that go
You
through.
damn Skippy. You're right. Exactly. And that right there proves my point. It is you because it's almost like again, that's nigga shit. It's
Mhm.
like you literally making billions of fucking dollars,
Mhm.
making us look like shit on a
Like shit.
regular
All the time.
basis. And
All the
you
time.
could make some kind of fucking quality move. Give us another best man. You know what I'm saying? Give us
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
boomerang.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we
So
got
it's
beautiful black movies that
exactly.
depict us and movies that present us in the hood, but they still are heartfelt. They
Exactly.
show real struggle, and
Exactly.
they talk about and us making the come up or trying to make the come up or whatever. Like, but it shows the true character of black folk, right?
Exactly.
It's not showing that
Exactly.
all the ignorant, external, and systemic shit. You
Right.
know?
Because
Right.
even Boys in the Hood showed the layers.
That's
Yes.
right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everybody
right.
was in the hood, but goddamn it, Furious wasn't to be played with. He wasn't no
with.
ignorant ass nigga.
Thank you.
No.
Thank
Even Doughboy wasn't that fucking
Come on.
stupid, but
Stupid.
you
Yeah.
saw where he was trapped.
Mhm.
You know, Ricky,
Yeah.
Ricky was on his way to college.
College,
His
yeah.
mom had that single-minded
Yeah.
mentality.
Absolutely.
She only cared about the child that was doing well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it had all the layers.
layers.
That's a depiction, a real depiction of the hood because everybody in the hood is not doing hood shit.
That's
Just
right.
because you live on Design Galvez don't mean you hanging out with the winos in front of the
There you
liquor
go.
store.
There you
God
go.
bless the liquor store. It ain't there no
Oh,
more.
All
It's a
right,
good
liquor store. That was a good liquor store over there.
Oh, that was a good
that
liquor
was
store.
good looking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did they used to sell vinyls in there too?
No. That was at Groove
No.
City Records. It was on the
Records.
on
It was
on
on
Galvin
that
on
corner.
the side. Yeah,
Yeah, you brought when I was
yeah.
little, you brought me
Boy,
up in
that
there.
was my
I was
spot.
like, that was the
I
Yeah.
spot.
used to sweep the floor in Groove City
Yeah,
for 45s. I used to like, man, let me get this
that's what I'm talking
45. This floor need to be cleaned. I got
about.
you.
I get. And we
I
miss,
got
we missing that too. We missing that.
Mm-hmm.
We missing like old black
Yep.
folks that own like, come in here, little man, like take
Yep.
care of this. I give you an album. I give you this or whatever, right?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
that's party shit. You know,
Yeah.
black folk.
Yeah. See, that's black folks.
Oh,
And
yep.
it wasn't just a New Orleans thing. I got friends that's
Yo.
from New York tell the same fucking
Yep.
stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chicago, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
Chicago,
it's everywhere. But
Mhm.
today's black people, today's black people, it's their heroes are their peers. So they're not
Yeah.
learning anything. So
Right.
you
Right.
gonna wind up with more niggas. And the whole thing is a lot of people that they admire are not is not New Edition, who is
Right.
technically trying to be the Four Tops or the Temptations.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's young somebody or little whoever
Mhm.
trying to be like a street nigga, and they may be just as corny as the fucking
That's right.
Island Boys. You know what I'm saying? In real
Right.
life. But they put on this show, but then you go out and you mimic that shit
Mhm.
in your real life, and that shit is influential. I remember after I saw fucking Fast and the Furious, I drove my car different for a while. And I had automatic. You know, I was like, yeah, man, I played my Fast and the Furious soundtrack. That shit is influential. That
Right.
shit is influential. No different than after I saw Malcolm X. I was
You
in
right.
awe. I
Yeah.
was in
Yeah.
awe. You know what I was
Right.
like, yeah, I have to have this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what the sad thing is we got too many black people in positions of money, in positions of say so.
Power.
It's not like in the days where Sammy Davis Jr. was in a position of money, but he was never really in a position to say so. So we got
Right.
people
That's
like,
true. That's
you
different.
know, yeah, like Jay-Z, and we got people calling that can actually call some shots, but they really just doing their own shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They doing their own shit. And we got a lot more access to our talented people, like the little dude with the AI joints I was telling you, where
Yeah.
you could do something better with that.
Right.
And you could even do something better, still get the views, still get the laughs, still get the money.
Yeah.
But you don't
Yeah.
have to depict us
Yeah.
like that.
Right. And I would even feel better if he was doing something great and positive with it, and every now and then he threw one of them in just for
Right.
laughs and giggles,
Right.
But if that's
And
your
then it just
primary
blow
thing,
over like fun.
yeah, then you're like, nigga, that was funny, and then you keep on with the good stuff, right, and all that. But again, like people are gonna always gravitate to that which gives them the attention and monies and things that they want,
Right.
rather than honoring the representation of who we are, who we really are.
Right. And there's no way to say that it just can't be done because like you were saying, Fred, how often do we see this? And you know why people do the same shit.
Yeah.
How often do you see it?
Yeah.
You don't see it, and you know that they do it. So that right there, that is the freaking caveat right there. It's like they out there living that way,
right?
But they don't advertise that they live in that way. So why do we have now? We got people living that way, but why do we advertise that shit? You know what I mean? Ask yourself that question, niggas. Niggas.
All right. Question. The brawl, the Birmingham brawl. Remember that?
With the boat thing?
With the boat? Yeah,
with
yeah.
Oh boy.
Niggas are black folk.
What, the brawlers?
Oh, that was black.
Well, that was Wakanda black folks.
For real.
Them black folks they come together. But he threw that hat up, and I don't know if that was coincidence or not.
I think it was.
Yeah, he threw that hat up.
I think he really was. I think that was kind of the equivalent of, you know, when you're in school and you got your books and stuff in your hand when you throw your stuff down.
Right.
That's what that nigga said. This hat goes off. Let's go. Right.
Yeah.
It took wind, and sent up a bat signal. And you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yeah, because when old boy jumped off that boat and swam over there, I'm like, it's
swam
on
across
now.
yeah, yeah.
That's black.
That,
That's black
that
folk.
That's how we should be acting with everything.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody came together for him to make.
Now
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Old boy didn't have to hit that white girl with that folded chair like there was a WWE.
Look, they was in the groove of things at that point.
Yeah.
I understand, and when I watch stuff like that, all I think of is how much stuff we hold. Like, cause
that's what that was. Yeah,
there's the result of racism that we walk around and we hold, right? And we don't lash out. We just have to walk with it, right?
Right.
But when that was an opportunity, like he didn't like.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
That's what that was.
And I was like, damn,
great grandmama.
Yeah, because when I saw him pick that chair up and come back here, I was like, damn, he about to knock the shit out of her. I'm like, he going to jail. But you know what?
It's worth it.
I don't blame you, bro.
I don't blame him at all.
I ain't gonna lie. If I got the opportunity to WWE some ignorant white boy with a folded chair, y'all just bail me out of jail, okay?
Yep.
Because I'm gonna lay his ass out.
Yeah, it's like when I'm driving and like if white people riding on my ass, and then like I'll pull up to a red light and I'll intentionally get in the other lane so we could be side by side. And I'm like, this motherfucker tell me something, I'm gonna beat his ass for Rodney King, Martin Luther King, BB King, every fucking king, because it's like because that's what it is. It's not even about the individual. You know what I mean? It's not even about that person. It is because we gotta walk around letting shit slide all the fuck. It seems like every time you turn on the fucking TV, somebody on some fuck them black people shit. You know what I'm saying? And so and we gotta be like, yeah, just change the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people don't understand, like we live like that on a regular basis, and then sometimes we even get it from our own, ergo this topic. So you get it from your own, and sometimes you gotta let that shit slide too. You know what I'm saying? So don't ride on my ass. Don't ride on my ass. You know, if you're in a hurry, I'll give you some space.
That brings us to a topic that Fred talked about this past week that he just learned about: black fatigue.
Black fatigue.
What you learned about black fatigue, Fred?
Oh my God. I learned that it had a real purpose. But now, honestly, and this is just my opinion, I think it's the new catchphrase for black people to use when they just tired of everything. They're gonna call it black fatigue. And it's the new nigger for white people.
Right.
Because like I said, I had to jump on TikTok to do my research this time, and I gotta give Nell props. TikTok do give you a whole lot of shit.
Okay.
Oh yes, because when they showed the video with the white, and I should have sent that video with the white lady.
I ain't get time to upload that anyway.
Talking about black fatigue, I was like, oh, that's the new nigga. Okay. So y'all can call us niggas. You just say black fatigue. Okay.
Right. But it's
so
also
thug is out. Thug is out.
Yeah. So what happened was, though, black fatigue was created by black folks because the same thing we just talked about, having to walk around with this stuff on the inside of us and hypervigilance.
Right. That's what I thought it was.
That's exhausting, right? And so it's like there's fatigue to just being black. Period. When I step out my door, here we go, right? And all that. I'm ready to fight. Who got something to say about my afro? Who wanted with lean? Right?
There you go.
So, because you stay in hypervigilance, you're exhausted by the time you get home in the evening, right? You got it on TV, you got it on the radio, you got it everywhere. You got to deal all the time. Well, white folks started, as they do, because they take what we do and then they flip it on the other side. So they started using it as if like a black fatigue, like I'm tired of black folk.
Oh.
Yeah, and black people started using it as like I'm tired of niggas, because the one girl was using it when she was talking about the Carnival cruise with all the black people. And then
I saw people talking about the Carnival cruise, but I never saw what was going on with the Carnival cruise though.
Oh, that was a party boat, bro. They was
Oh,
They was having a good time.
They was having a real good time.
Yeah, we took over that cruise.
oh,
And they was dancing.
We took that.
yeah.
That was the Carnival cruise they was on was better than Essence.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, a freaking neighborhood backyard barbecue was better than Essence.
Yeah, but it was
It
a
was
lot
better than
of
the original Essence.
yeah.
Right, okay, okay.
But I ain't gonna. It was a lot of black people shit going on too.
Right.
So
Right.
and then when you
Was
got
it black people shit or wasn't? That's what I want to know with that cruise though. And if anybody out there in podcast land can tell us, was that nigga shit on the cruise or was that black folk shit that people was
Right.
mad
Were you
about?
on the cruise?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been trying to figure out. Like, what did they do that was so horrible? Did they gather too much in one space and y'all was uncomfortable? Did they party too hard? Or was they being ignorant? Was they jumping off the edge of the
Right.
boat but naked or
Right.
something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what
Right.
was happening? Because there's a difference between which is why I have a problem with black folks that get on and be like, because that was just too much. What was too much? What was it?
Right.
Because if
Right.
they
Now-
was just having a good time, like black people have a good time, what's the problem? Now,
Right.
were they tearing shit up?
now
Right.
I don't know from what I could see when I was doing the research, they did put the top. I don't know if y'all been on cruises, but like the top of the boat is like where the pool and everything
Yeah,
at, and
yeah.
people go. They took all that over.
Okay, so
They
it was
they took all that
I
over.
saw that picture where they had everybody out there on that little platform.
Yeah.
And all that.
They kind of took that over. So you got a
Mhm.
mixture of all these black people, and now the boat was playing like all the rap music because you can't bring a speaker on the
Right.
boat.
Yeah, they have
So
a
the
DJ
boat,
on the boat.
the boat
Yeah.
was playing the
So the boat
music.
was catering to the people that was on the boat.
Yeah,
at
that's
least
what
And-
DJs do. We gonna cater to the people.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shit.
we were the majority on
Mhm.
on
that
the
boat.
boat. That's what happened.
So the minority looked like, from what I could tell, had the issue.
Wow.
That's what I
So
was asking.
that's
exactly
and
what
I
I was
bet you that
asking.
was the issue.
So that was the issue.
Yeah.
It wasn't
So
that.
when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, But when I saw that,
I'm gonna look that
we
shit up.
we the majority out here,
Mhm.
white America don't want to hear back
don't
that
like
ass up
They
all
don't like
day.
that.
Right.
Anytime
You
we're
know?
in a space that is more of us than there is of them, they don't like it. Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
let me make a ruckus,
Yep.
and then you got niggas also making a ruckus alongside them, rather than saying there was a bunch of black people on the boat having a good time.
Right.
Oh, y'all didn't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, from what I saw, it was a mixture of black people and
And
niggas. Because I
Okay.
did see some nigga shit,
Okay.
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
But it was just, when we get together, we have a good time. Because like
Yeah.
you said, black fatigue. I'm on this boat. Fuck that. I'm gonna have a good time. I paid $800 for these goddamn tickets.
Right.
Right.
We gonna back that ass up all the way to Mexico. And
Right.
they
And the DJ agreed because he played the song.
exactly. Because when they
Exactly.
was talking about the music, I'm like, well, you can't
I don't have control over the music, right?
you can't bring two 12-inch woofers on the boat.
Exactly.
So-
And the people that was dancing wasn't playing the music. They was dancing to the music
To the
being
music
played by
being
the person
played.
who works for the damn cruise company. So
Exactly.
your complaint is on the other side of the room, sir. You
Exactly.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Right.
You
And
know,
again, there's the
they
majority.
cater to the majority. Yeah.
If this is the majority of the population, that's what I'm going to play. Like that's
right.
PJ's
So they had black people that came on that boat expecting to be like on the love boat, and they was gonna sit out on the
Yeah,
dock
like a
and,
normal cruise.
and-
Like
and
I've been on
relax.
I've been on the
Right,
cruise. You
and
kind
listen
of
to
just
some Steely Dan and shit. Right. I
Yeah.
did.
oh
I mean,
no, it
I
wasn't
get
that.
it. I get that. That's a hard call to call that, because with the people that was having a good time, they wasn't necessarily doing nigga shit. They was just a bunch
Right.
of black people having a good
People-
time. No different than the second line, minus
Right.
the shootings.
Mike.
But that was just a bunch of people having a good time. People
And they was
black
pulling
people
out,
complaining.
and I think they was pulling out from the dock. So I
Mhm.
think the DJ was just probably getting them
Oh,
pumped
that
up
that
when the cruise
yeah,
pumped up for
started.
the
that hype moment. Oh,
That
Yeah.
makes sense too. That
yeah.
makes sense
So
too.
it wasn't like that the whole damn cruise. The
Oh,
niggas
No.
out there for 4 days and 3 nights.
They just like they won't
Yeah.
leave the platform. We can't get to the pool.
Yeah.
In there like some
No,
kind of club
it
up
wasn't.
thugs and shit.
Yeah, it wasn't soul play. Like, you know,
Right,
it wasn't
right.
like the whole
Don't say that. Don't say that.
You know he can't handle that.
Sorry.
It's fucking soul playing, boy.
Oh, poor soul.
Hey, you know, I had somebody at my job tell me Soul Play was like one of their top 5 black movies, and I'm like, why?
They was black.
Like,
That's
yes,
well, I mean, that's in Melissa top 10.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I don't see, and I know she's an extremely big Kevin Hart fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that's
I
why.
can't.
Don't make it no better though. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, me and Melissa gonna have to talk. She gonna have to get that. That shouldn't even be in her top 100.
Shit. I don't even acknowledge that shit exists.
Y'all remember that movie? And it was on an airplane, and it was white folk, and I can't remember the damn actors and all that. But they had a few sequels or whatever. I can't even remember none of the lines in the movie. But it was
You know
kind of
about
scary.
Airplane?
Airplane.
Yeah, must be called airplane,
Airplane.
right?
Yeah.
Airplane. Mhm.
So
Yeah, I remember because OJ was in all of them.
Mhm.
like Soul Plane, kind of a parody like Airplane was.
No.
They were just making fun
Because
of
you know what,
No.
Soul Plane was just funny. It was
Yeah.
funny and it was entertaining.
Okay.
Fucking Soul Plane was embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so like you said, Airplane
because-
was just funny, but
Right.
Soul Plane-
An Airplane was making it was more like a parody of
Parody.
airports. The whole flying experience,
Flying experience,
thing like
okay.
that.
Right.
Whereas Soul Plane was making us look like niggas. That's all. It just made us look like niggas. And
Black
even the little
man,
white
yeah.
kid, even the little white kid in Soul Plane, it's like when he niggered out. And I
Right.
always say it's like white people that try to be black remind me of them like when the gay dude dresses like a woman, but he dresses like the trashy woman. So I'm like, why you can't be Michelle Obama? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why you got to be street hooker Linda? You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you wanted to be like black people, why you got to have sagging pants and wear your hat to the back and too many gold chains? It's like that's not black people. That's a group. That's a certain sector of us, but that's not black people. Nigga, be Barack Obama. Be T'Challa. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like that. It's like that shit was trash, man. It's trash.
Yeah. Soul Plane was 10 thumbs down, bro. Yeah. Because how come the only black man that owns an airline? Why is the airline got to be hood as hell?
Right.
And I'm saying I get the humor.
Yeah.
I get the humor in it, but it was trash. Like we didn't need it. We didn't need it. We need it. They could have did another. They could have Higher Learning Part 2. Ice Cube graduates. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other things we could have did with that money. You know?
Right. So speaking of movies, then, because Spike Lee did a whole lot of good, and it was based in Blackness, right, and all that, and he was able to show our different sects, right, and our different sectors, right, and all that, and show the not so great parts, but also show the great parts, right.
Yeah.
So in a Spike Lee movie, you can find the niggas and the black folk,
right?
Yeah.
Easy. But that's somebody else again that moves in. They show all the levels, all the tiers, everything. Because when you look at Do the Right Thing, that was everybody.
It was everybody.
In that neighborhood, it was like a Brooklyn. It was everything basically took place in this Brooklyn block, but it was black people there, white people there, Puerto Rican people there, Jewish people there, Italians, right? It was everybody, but it depicted the hood or a less well-to-do area
Right.
Without bullshit. You know,
Right.
even when the bullshit hit, it wasn't stereotypical bullshit. You know what
Bullshit.
I'm saying?
Right.
But it was all factual. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was all factual, you know. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
but I mean it's about what are you trying to educate and inform and entertain? Isn't that our slogan? And when we educate, we inform, and we will be entertaining. Yeah,
Yeah.
so are you
Yeah.
trying to educate, inform, and entertain, or are you just trying to make a quick buck? Because you can make a movie and then call little whoever or young whoever to do the soundtrack and just have niggas running from the fucking police for an hour and 10 minutes and make money because people are going to be drawn to it. But you just a black man pretend to be a nigga making a nigga movie so you can make money. And then but and I know of two actual I've like real people that I've met, white people who believe that black people who they are based on what they've seen on television. And one of them, his whole basis came from Maury Povich of all things. You know what I'm saying? So
Maury Povich?
Yeah. And admittedly, he like that's how I thought black people act. Because I watch Maury Povich and that's how they act on there.
Right.
And I was
What's crazy about that comparison too, that they had lots of white folks on Jerry Springer.
Lots.
Nobody picks white people in that.
Nope, because they slot them. Those are just those white people. We get the butter spread,
the blanket.
Those were the one-offs,
right?
Right.
But us being viewed in that way, or depicted rather in that way in media, is much more common. It's much more common. It's so common that it's expected. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's much more profitable.
Yeah,
right.
Because you look at one of my favorite Spike Lee movies is School Days. Because I've seen like other like college movies, and the typical white college movie just show you the white kid getting drunk, doing dumb shit.
Right.
School Days, again, with the layers. The whole, this is what goes on for a typical black student at a typical black HBCU.
Right.
The same bullshit. We still getting judged with the dark-skinned girls and the light-skinned girls and the fraternity brothers and Lawrence. I think Lawrence Fishburne just had a crew.
Gamma. Yeah, well, because the basis of that show was talking about the fraternity sorority.
Yeah,
and that self-hate. You know what I mean? That in a racism that goes on because everybody's trying to be the hierarchy. Everybody's trying to be the better black. And the light-skinned people think we are the better black because we're light-skinned. You know what I mean? And we're closer to that other side than y'all. And
it took me probably when I first watched it, I was like in my 20s and kind of wilding out. So it was just a cool Spike Lee movie. Okay.
Right.
But then when I really looked at it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I pulled it out to watch with the girls because I got the DVD and I pulled it out to watch with the girls.
Yeah, I got all Spike joints. I got them all. Yeah.
I gotta recollect.
Because I think one of his most powerful ones was really The Blood of Jesus. And which was technically like a horror movie. It was kind of they slotted it in the horror genre, but the Blood of Jesus and Crooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Crooklyn.
Crooklyn got to be like I think that was like the most perfect freaking movie about a black family ever freaking created. You know.
Man, that was good. That was so good.
Yeah.
Did Spike Lee do Mo Better Blues?
Oh yeah. Boy, Mo Better Blues.
Mo Better Blues. I love Mo Better Blues.
But again, that man and Spike Lee don't have Tyler Perry money.
He
Nope.
don't.
When he did Mo Better Blues, and Mo Better Blues was one of those ones where, and when people hear Spike Lee new movie, they instantly think it's a fight the power type
Yeah.
type
Right.
movie. Whereas Mo Better Blues was really just a movie about a jazz player,
Yes,
and
player.
he just
Yeah.
couldn't make his mind up about who the hell he want to be
He
with.
wants to be,
You know,
right.
his ass just couldn't keep still. Bleak Williams, that was the character that Denzel played.
Yeah.
But it was a classy and honest and
Yep.
real depiction of us. We don't
Yes.
walk around shooting and sagging and
No.
spitting for no reason and getting high every 10 to 12 fucking
All
seconds.
of our ass cheeks ain't hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. And wearing bonnets for no fucking apparent reason and shit, and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Every 10 to 12 seconds. That is not who we are. Even Belly, even the movie Belly did not depict us like, and Belly was way deeper than I thought it was gonna be. And because it was a Hype Williams film, I was not expecting as much as I got, because I was like, it's gonna be I know the cinematography is gonna be great. It's a fucking videographer. You know what I'm saying? But it was, even though they was robbing and stealing and doing their hustle thing, the full circle of that movie was heavy. And again, the layers are there. You know what I'm saying? But we keep just being single-minded. We just do the one thing instead of doing the right things. Shout out to Spike Lee.
Do the right thing, Mookie. I say it all the time. All right, so we boil it down to mindset, right?
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, fact.
And I did when I was doing our ads for this week and all that. I had one that said that basically like nigga shit is trauma hidden and not resolved. Agree or no? Bullshit or no?
I'm not bullshit, but I think definitely some of it is trauma, but I think some of it too is just like a lack of knowledge. It's because some people, they didn't really go through, nothing particular happened. They just chose that life. You know what I mean? And they think that's the way you're supposed to be. Like to them, that's the definition of
what if we count systemic trauma though? Because there are systems we talk about all the time. There are systems that put us in these positions where we are. And if nobody is teaching you and showing you that you have the opportunity to get out, you can do better. Because most of us had them teachers, right? We had parents that wanted us to do better, but like Miss Rubin.
Well, yeah.
Poured into me, right? And reminded me that I could get out of here. I don't have to. This ain't the end of this. I don't care how bad it is. And I'm willing to help you get there, right?
Right.
And all that. So if nobody ever teaches that hood kid, and that's all they hear is the mess on TV and the depictions and the, and their parent don't have a growth mindset, right? If they don't have that person in their life, that coach, that somebody, which is why it's important for our media folks to show that, right? And you'll have an opportunity to see bigger than where you are. And if they don't have that, is just being hood, just trauma unresolved.
Yeah, facts. And that definitely that's definitely a thing too. That's definitely a thing too.
Because I find that in therapy, because I'm calling to my hood folks, I'm calling to my black folks, I'm calling to my niggas, like, come in therapy, let me help you,
right?
And all that. And I've had people that, they're hurting, they're dealing with the stuff, and then they don't know what else to do because everybody in their family that said, therapy for white people, blah 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 blah. And then they finally at wit's end, so they finally were like, well, fuck, let me try this, right? And I explained to them, you've been conditioned. Let's break that shit, right? And all that. And it takes for somebody to show them that it can be different. Otherwise, they just think this is just the way it is.
Yeah, because your environment can shape who you are or who you're going to be. Because you said it when you said their parents, because Tyrese said something Friday. We're
Mhm.
all like a little of resemblance of our parents,
That's right.
whether we want to or
What
not.
or not? Yeah.
Whether where I can sit down and look at myself and see the Mona,
Mm-hmm.
I can see the Shirley, I can
Mm-hmm.
see the Fred, I can
Mm-hmm.
see the Percy. I got a little bit of all of them mixed
Them.
in there that makes me,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And let's use the hood nigga.
Mm-hmm.
If your daddy was a hood nigga
Right.
and your mama is a hood nigga,
Boom.
unless there's some, let's say Brian is the guy that he knows that's like, nah, bro, it's more than just that.
Right. 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 Right.
Mhm.
If Brian can grab his interest, he gonna be a hood nigga because that's what they're gonna teach him.
Right.
If
Right.
they do it directly or indirectly.
Indirectly. That's right.
Right.
We all want our kids to do better,
Better than us. Yeah.
but the majority of the time, if I don't think I can do no better than what I'm doing, I'm gonna show you how to do what I did so that you can survive.
Right.
Right.
And that's
Right.
survival, but it's a survival mode versus being able to elevate, right?
Right.
Right.
Most of
Because
us learn to survive.
elevating is taking a chance.
That's right.
Elevating is going against what you've been programmed for centuries. For
Thank you.
centuries, your
Thank you.
brain
Ain't
said,
just our generation.
don't
Centuries.
go, don't go to the watering hole. If I see Brian get snatched up by a lion, my brain gonna be
Right.
like, hey, you saw what happened to your brother. Keep your
Right.
ass
Right.
away from
Right.
that watering hole.
Uh-huh.
Even if I'm
Yeah.
thirsty, I gotta fight that and be like, well, maybe it won't happen to me. I gotta drink, you know.
Right.
People don't realize they don't look at that part. Why am I like I am?
I am right.
But your brain your brain
Do
is
what it's
programmed
programmed
to keep you safe.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Right.
programmed.
If your brain can keep you in a cave safe,
Yeah. It'll
you're
let you
gonna
stay
spend the
there.
rest of your life in the cave.
Exactly.
Right.
Your brain
Exactly.
telling you the hood is safe. You know the
Mhm.
hood. You know everybody in the hood. If you
Right.
step across them tracks
Mm.
and go to
You don't know what's
Richmond,
going to happen to you.
you don't know what's going to happen to you.
Right.
Stay right
Right.
here in the hood, and you
Mhm.
stay in the hood.
Yeah.
While I agree, I 100% agree with that. That is a thing. But adding to that, not taking anything away. I think also for some people, it's just familiar. It's the familiar ground. Not even
Comfortable.
about
Yeah,
a safety thing. Like they'll
right.
put themselves into, they'll move to the bad area
Yes.
because like, oh, but this is what I know. I know how to maneuver here.
Maneuver here.
And
Yeah.
again, like that, like achieving more, like Fred was saying, it is a safety thing because I don't have to hit the failure. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to hit the failure wall because I know the start and finish it here. I know what a glass ceiling
Yeah.
is in
That's
in
right.
this environment. So but they'll stay there and you don't have to stay there. But even in
Right.
that environment, even with information,
That's
even
right.
if somebody say, like I said to a person, hey, stop buying the car from them ragtag ass fucking mom and pop dealerships.
Mhm.
You're paying the same fucking note, even if you go to a name brand place. It's
Right.
they
They can
you
also
got-
find you a
Yeah.
loan
exactly exactly
with the
Nothing
same high
is-
as interest rate.
Yep, nothing is any different except you're in a more reputable environment. The
Mhm.
mom and pop places, because you got that car there, does not mean that they did you a favor. You had to qualify the same way you got to
Same way you had to
qualify at
qualify
the
with
other
them.
places.
Yep,
You
that's
know
right.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And to even have that mentality and stay stuck in that, then you stuck in a car note where they got a GPS track on the fucking car where they can shut the fucking car down, and you paying fucking $300
Yeah.
a week
A week.
on a
A
fucking
week.
car. Yeah, they go. You can pay it weekly. No, I wouldn't. Why in the fuck would I do
Why do
that?
that?
You know what I'm saying? So it's so even, and I was really trying to educate this person on that. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. It's $200 a week. That's more than you would pay anywhere else. So if your credit was good enough to qualify for that loan, it's good enough to qualify for a loan at a reputable place where you're paying whatever per
$500
month.
a month.
Yeah,
rather than $200.
exactly.
Yeah, your
Exactly.
note's still gonna be high, regardless.
Exactly. And you ain't gotta worry about missing a note driving down the street and the fucking car shut off. You know what I'm saying?
Because
they'll give you 90 days before they come pick
the
that up.
Chevrolet place,
You got 3 months to be late before they pick it up.
yeah, because the Chevrolet place got lenders.
Yeah, they do.
Your credit have to be disastrous for nobody to finance you.
Right.
But if Capital One stick you with a 12% interest rate, like you said, you're not gonna be driving down the street and all of a sudden your car go because you just missed your one. They're not, and if you make bi-weekly payments, guess what? It's gonna help you with a real bank.
Right.
And people making extra money off of your ass every week.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying is like
comfortability.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes people stay in that environment only because it's what they know, and it is a thing about and that does go back to what both of y'all were saying. It does go back to with your self-worth. Like you have to believe that you deserve better than this. Right. And it's not even putting this down. It's like I appreciate this, but I don't want to stay in this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As much as I love the Night Ward and as much as I was loyal to the Night Ward, my whole goal was
to get
out of the Night Ward. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I'm glad I had this experience. I'm finished with it now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to elevate. And I remember Edward told me that one time. He said, every time you move into a new house, it's a better house than the last house. And I said, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm climbing up one goddamn rental property at a time.
Thank you. And you know what? For me, when I had to go back to New Orleans, right? And had to go back, but I know how to survive, right?
Right.
So I know, I'm gonna go back home. I know exactly how to survive at home. But my goal was always to get back out.
Right.
And that's how I ended up in Minnesota. And Fred was like, "You're not gonna make it out there, girl."
My exact words were, "What in the hell are you doing in Minnesota?
You're not built for this," is what he said. Well, he said that on the first day of snow because he was watching my weather for me.
Shit, yeah, and they get real snow.
It was
real live.
It was a -4 degrees.
Yeah, that ain't natural.
He was like, "Baby, you all right? Because you're not built for this." I was like, "I'm inside. It's warm."
But you know what, Brian? What you said was perfect because I saw that during Katrina when we was in Houston. Because Houston, I got to give my shots out to Houston, Texas. They looked out for the people for Katrina.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Tennessee showed us buku love, man.
They those people we were all kind of like in. We just called it Little New Orleans because the majority of people that was in them townhouses, we was all from New Orleans.
Right.
And I could see it. We was outside one time and they was doing what people from New Orleans do, all sitting outside with their beers, drinking their beer on the porch, on the back porch.
Right.
Harris County Sheriff pulled up, told them they had to pull their beer out because in Houston, you can't do that.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Because I like to sit outside on my back deck with my Guinness. Damn. Wait, they was on the back deck though? That's
no, they was on the back. Yeah, they had like steps. So it's like drinking beer in the project.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it was too many of them.
It's just too many. Yeah.
It was too many of them. Somebody called the front office. Front office called the police. So they started. It started turning into a back and forth. Don't ask me why I walked my ass over there. I was like, "Hey, bro,"
because you're nosy, nigga.
No, because I knew what the outcome was gonna be.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, you could have probably got away with that shit.
Right.
In
Right.
Texas pride themselves on, if we ain't got enough jails, nigga, we just gonna build another jail.
Right.
They pride their shit on that. So I was like, hey man, look, bro, this ain't home.
Right.
Go ahead
You have
and
to
put it.
remind them.
Because by that time, it was 5 police cars out there.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
You was going to jail that
Once
night.
that sheriff minivan cut that
Yeah.
corner, that's your
And
ass.
they had the
Minivan.
minivan pulled up. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh Lord. And
Yep.
they pulled it out, and as soon as they said the city open, all of them was gone.
Yeah.
All of them was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
They was like, I don't know where we gonna stick, bro. I don't know what we gonna do, but I just can't make it out here.
Right.
Right.
And I saw a lot of that, Fred. I saw a lot of that.
Yeah, me too.
Moved out, and then I mean, I even had a fight with my best friend at the time because I was like, "What you going back for?" Like, you know,
that was my question. Why y'all going back?
I was angry with people who were going back to poverty, who was going back to, because like New Orleans was one of them places that all you needed was a zip code to qualify for certain things, because New Orleans was mostly 80% poverty. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
90% of the zip codes were impoverished. So all you had to qualify for much. Is I live in this zip code, you qualify because everybody over there broke. Right.
Yeah.
And all that. So wanting to be out of that was a level up and a mentality shift, right? And so for the people who, whenever everybody got pushed out, for the people who experienced something different, and it was like, man, the world is different out here, because New Orleans, we are our own country. We're our own country.
Yeah, we're our own country.
Right.
Yeah, a lot about that.
So when people stepped out, they was like, man, it's cool. For some people, they was like amazing, like, man, let me stay out here. It's cool, right?
Yep.
For other people, they was like, I gotta go back home. I gotta go back.
Yeah. And I watched that too.
Do that out here, right?
And
all that.
Yeah, it was sad because when they was leaving, I was talking to him. His brother stayed because their kids was in like top notch. Well, yeah, Houston schools was like 100 times better than New Orleans schools.
Right.
They were doing good. He had a job that he said paid like 4 times more than what he was making in New Orleans. His brother was a hood nigga.
Yeah.
That was all he knew. And he said it. He's like, yeah, man, my kid's doing good. You know, because his kids was doing great at school. He had a job. He just felt like he couldn't, you know, Houston too big. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like,
can't adjust. Yeah.
I'm like, brother, you know you need to stay. You're finding excuses to talk yourself into going back into, because the only schools that was open at the time was across the river. He lived in the night ward. I'm like, so you're gonna take that 30, 40 some odd minute drive to take your kids all the way across the river. Because you're not moving across the river. Nobody from the night ward moves across the river
to the bunk bank.
And he left, and his brother was just like, man, I don't get it.
Yeah. And so I do feel like some people just built different, right? And that's some reality that I have to come to. George is popping in the room. Hey, George,
hey, what's up?
Good
Look
evening.
what it is, baby.
Sorry about being a little delayed. How's everybody?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Somebody's niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, I saw that same thing. You know, during that same time with people needing to go back because that's all they knew. That's like they had to be in that circle. I have to do it this way and all that. Even though this over here is better. Most kids, and you know, I was still with BT during the time, right? Me and Brian Bo. And when we moved them kids to Minnesota, and they was going to school in Minnesota where people actually cared about them. I mean Nebraska. And like these kids, they had no clue that they were smart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right.
when you went to register these cool kids in New Orleans, kids was hanging from the ceilings. You know,
Right.
it was a circus. But when they got up there and they had people that was actually teaching them stuff and actually caring about their grades, they come home like, bro, I'm smart. Like, I understood the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually easy. And I was like, all you need is somebody that give a damn enough to teach you.
Right.
Yeah.
And what you definitely need like is a change in environment because New Orleans is not and I want people to understand that New Orleans is not poor because ain't nobody doing nothing. It's poor because we got a shitty local government.
Exactly.
They keeping our asses poor. So there's
Keep
no
us
there's no way to break out of that, which is why the
Right.
hustle game is so heavy there. But that's not a New Orleans thing, it's an inner city thing in all inner cities.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but I mean,
It's
but
the
even
same.
for myself, when we first moved to Pennsylvania, that was before Katrina. That was like in 2000. That was in 2000. So we moved to Pennsylvania. I got up to Pennsylvania. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. I had to come back home. You know what I'm saying? I was up there for 2 weeks, caught a train, went back to New Orleans, was sitting over there, sitting on the block. And I went right back to what I knew. I'm sitting on the block thinking, the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I stayed for a week because you know my train ticket home wasn't until a week later. Stayed home for a week, saw everybody, had a good time. Got back on that train, was like, man, I'm about to commit to my new environment.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? But you have to want more. Like and you have to sometimes people get in their head. I had dreams of making it here. You see what I'm saying? And they can't separate from that shit. Yeah, you got because even after Katrina, I had people like, man, I was trying to buy me a house in a Gentilly. It's like, well, bro, Gentilly ain't even on the map right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, man,
That was always my dream to buy a house in Gentilly.
yeah, well, I got to rent a house in Gentilly, and yes, I felt like a superior success.
Yes.
That was always my dream. Gentilly was black man's paradise, man.
Exactly.
But you know, old boy couldn't separate from his plan. He went back. He went back, of course, to you know, Levee swept New Orleans,
right?
And then about a month later, he moved his family to Dallas.
Right.
Moved his family to Dallas, and kicking ass ever since.
There was nothing to be had there. And don't get me wrong, I had my mixed feelings because I was like, why are we going back? Why are people going back? Why are people going back? I appreciate the people that did go back because that helped rebuild the city, right? Somebody had to be back there, all right? And like Mimi was one. She's like, I need to go get back in my house, all right?
Right.
And stuff like that because that's what she knew. Understandable, right? However, there's also the, like you said, it's the I wanted to make it here and all that. And people had to rebuild it. But also you have to recognize I can only get so far here, right?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, because that glass ceiling is low as shit there.
It's low as shit, right? And I already knew. I was like, I can't elevate there, right? And for the shit that I want to do for my people, I can't live there and do that, right? I'm stuck here forever, and unless I make a friend in government, right? Where I can, you know, and then read some poems or some shit, right? Then I won't elevate above here. So I had to get out of there, but make the commitment still to take care of my people, which is why I'm still licensed in Louisiana. So, you know, so I can make sure I can still take care of my people. I have an office in Louisiana. I will never veer from my people. My people need my help, right? And so you don't have to live in the hood to help the hood, to help your city, to, you know, pour back into your city. You ain't got to be in that place and space in order to, you know what I'm saying? The other day I was just asking George a question. Where you go, George? Because George is from Memphis.
Really?
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, George is from Memphis. And so
I and it's funny you bring that up. I was just on the call. You know, I'm doing a lot of stuff in Memphis right now. And the lady was like, well, are you ever going to move back here? Because I'm in Texas. I'm like, no, I can love you from afar. I would do anything for my hometown, but I cannot live there.
I
Yep.
can hear the
You know what I'm
Memphis in. I can hear the Memphis in him now.
Yeah,
When he
South
started
Memphis coming out
talking,
here.
yeah, I heard it. I was like, yeah,
But wait, let me
it is.
say this, and I'm gonna be short. I loved Memphis. We was in Memphis after Katrina for a year. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I had a good time. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to stay because it was New Orleans. It was New Orleans all over again. But I ain't gonna lie, I had a good
Memphis,
time,
I
man.
hear New Orleans. I feel
Yeah.
New Orleans. You know.
Yeah, they ain't gonna lie though. They showed us love, man. Shit.
But the thing is too, sometimes you leave in a place is meant for you to follow your own path, and like Chanel, like you were saying, a lot of the problems with these municipalities and cities, especially black ones, is the leadership.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm dealing with the politicians there as a campaign manager, and it's an utter joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for people to pay attention to their local elections, not just the
Yep.
national.
And I just
Those local
gave
ones.
a speech on that recently. Yep.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the local ones that get you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So be careful who you're voting for on the end, because everybody down for the president. Who in your
Right.
city? Who's in the?
Yeah, because if the crime rate is crap in your neighborhood and they got potholes in the streets and the schools are failing, that is not Trump. That is not Trump. That is your local government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my son-in-law just showed me a video. There's this new company that's been cleaning the streets in New Orleans, getting the piss off the streets in the French quarters, but they're using some formula, but it's got lemon in it, right? And so it smells good, it's disinfectant and all that, or whatever. And now they might cut that contract and go back to the old folks that used to do the thing and all that. And so when you're reading the comments, somebody say, somebody from the old company knows somebody in government, and that's how you get the contract.
Yep.
Even though that's better for the neighborhood, it's better for the streets.
And you know what? That's really, I mean, I guess when I was younger, I didn't think I wouldn't that. I don't want to say I'm jaded, but I didn't think it really was that clandestine dealing in politics. But it's very much. Oh, this is my friend getting that contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like you can submit a bid. They're not going. They already know who they giving the money out to. We just had this happen.
Yeah.
That sound like New Orleans all day.
All day long. All day long.
But see, what I don't like is when it disproportionately affects the black community.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right. Because organizations like yours are going to go into the community and help the people that really need the help, but they're not interested in that.
They're not.
Yeah. It won't be an investment in the community. It'll just be an investment for profit, which means they'll do the maximum of the minimum they need to do with a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If y'all really need this much, but I only need to do this much, then I'm going to do this
that's all
much.
I'm gonna do. Right.
Yeah.
And for places like both of these, like these are black people in office.
Right.
And some nigga shit.
There you go. There you go. I knew we was gonna make the circle.
You gonna make the circle?
I knew it was gonna make the goddamn circle.
You are in leadership position. If you have a role that can change lives and change people, it change the trajectory of things, but you gonna fuck over your own people, even though you come from that, that's nigga shit.
Right.
But what Brian said a while back, it's because everybody chasing the bag.
Yep.
I don't give a damn about you. I gotta make sure I got mine. Just why, like when I talk to people, a lot of my jobs, people used to call me Barack Obama because I will come in there and everybody be talking about the president. I say, you know what? Don't even worry about electing the president. You need to be worried about your senators, your Congress people. Those the people that make the laws. They're the ones that make. All the president do is say, yeah, I don't like that. Go back, change this, and this, bring it back to me. Oh, yeah. I'm like, he's just the CEO. He just say yes or no. They make the laws. The ones y'all, I don't feel like going to that election. No, that's the one you need to go to. You keep bitching about Tom Cruise. Take your ass to the election next time and vote somebody else in over his ass.
Oh yeah, that y'all got Ted Cruz.
Right.
Yeah, we got Ted Cruz. Yeah, who bailed on our ass when the lights went out a couple of years ago.
I remember when it froze. That nigga was taking his whole family to fucking Bahamas and shit. They caught that nigga at the airport.
Caught his ass at the airport. I'm like, bruh. But you know what? That's that government shit.
Right.
Why? I, I'm not from Texas, but when
Right.
I started looking into what is ERCOT, I'm like, ERCOT ain't shit.
Mm.
I'm surprised the lights ain't been went out around here years ago.
Right.
Texas also is their own country. So
Yeah, they literally think they're their own country. Bro, if it get too hot, we like on the verge of losing power across half the damn state.
yeah, absolutely. How much does nigga shit reinforce oppression?
100%.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like I said, we have people in positions that can do something different. And I'm not saying don't do the thing you're doing, especially if it's something you're good at. Ergo, the nigga TV shows, the nigga movies, the nigga all the nigga shit. So there are people in positions that can create that better environment. Like we saw the influence of Different World. And it was just a sitcom. It was just a sitcom. But going to an HBCU became almost a style, a fashion. Everybody, people that didn't even have an interest in college was just, I gotta go to HBCU. Exactly. But if we're gonna follow a trend, let it be that.
Let it be that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because right now we following trends that's getting us killed. We following trends where we got kids with that don't even have a personal life expectancy beyond 25 years old, and then proud to be killed. And you know what I'm saying? Almost proud to be killed, murdered in the streets. Like they see how the nigga mindset embraces the dead homie and how the way they lift them up. And then they want that too.
So they see
know
honor
what I'm
in that.
Right, yeah. And then we keep getting nothing but it's like I said, today's youth, their leadership are their peers.
Right.
So if you 21 listening to a 21-year-old tell you how to be 22, he don't know no more than you know. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't even experienced 22. So yeah, that shit holding us back to the point where it's kicking our ass.
Right.
You know?
How do we change it? How do we get us to be their mentors and motivators? And how do I get outside of my direct line? Because my baby following in my footsteps, right?
Right.
But how do I get to be able to bestow this goodness on everybody?
We got to be boots on the ground. Like I was just on the call. I said I come to Memphis and do the work. Once a month. You got to engage them where they are, because they're not gonna come. They're not gonna come to an Ivory Palace to hear you speak. You got to go down in the hood and talk to them. You got to go to the corner store and talk to them. You got to go to the liquor store talk to them. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Right.
Exactly. And that's one thing I miss about BT is because like my job every day, all I did was that.
Yes.
like fuck what y'all hired me to do. I'm doing
this. I'm doing this. Absolutely.
So all I was doing was encouraging and educating. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm with George, and that's the only way to do it. That's why I don't. If I wind up in a conversation with a young black male or female, I don't miss the opportunity. Even if the topic don't come up, I just force it in there. I just force it in there. And
what
I'm
you doing with
right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, you're absolutely right. Because if I'm sitting down just talking and I'm hearing you talk, and I'm like, where did that come from? Why are you thinking like that? And then when they start explaining, I'll try and interject. And when I talk to younger people, I want them to question what I'm saying.
Yes.
Don't just take what I'm saying at just face value. Question it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And then I can give you an explanation as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. A lot of it is life experience. Believe it or not, I used to be your age at one time. Y'all not doing nothing brand new. Y'all doing the same dumb shit we used to do. The only difference is, like Brian said, the people who was taught, we had 45 and 50-year-olds teaching us.
Right.
Like he said, you got a 21-year-old teaching a 21-year-old how to be 25 years old.
Right.
So that's what the saying, the blind leading the blind come from.
Right. You about to say, George?
I was just agreeing. You know, about people listening to the wrong people. Everyone's not qualified to guide or give advice.
That's right.
Right.
And you have to deal with the emotional maturity of the person you listen to. Because I've learned things from my teenage son that I can't learn from a
We
50-year-old.
were saying
It's
that
just
earlier.
not just emotional maturity.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, because it's not that they can't teach us anything, and we're willing. We're the type of people that's willing to learn from them too, right? Because you can't expect them to listen to you if you don't listen to them.
Right. You have to have a dialogue.
Right. You know,
And,
so being open enough to listen and learn from them, and then they'll be happy for you to bestow your wisdom on them. Because okay, well, you heard where I was coming from. Let me hear where you're coming from. Right.
Yeah, you learn a lot. Hey, during COVID, my youngest son was one day we was just looking at the one time they had the ignorant white people on TV fighting at Costco's because the man told him to put on his mask. My son sat there, he was 15. He said, Dad, you know what? All freedoms ain't good freedoms.
Ooh, come on,
and
son.
I was like, damn, you're right.
Right.
Right, because all of this is
something profound, baby.
I'm like, all of this is stemming from people thinking that they got the right to just do what they want to do. Like, you punch that man in the face because he asked you to put a piece of cloth over your face to keep from killing everybody.
Right. Yeah. White entitlement. That's some white people shit.
And you know, white privilege. You know, here's the fun thing about white privilege. Man, white folks know they got white privilege. They brag about it.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine called about his insurance. White friend of mine. He said, "George, I use my white privilege."
Right.
Yep.
Like, yeah, we know we got it. You know, because we have frank conversations about white folks and black folks because we've been friends since we were teenagers, and you know, other races can see where we go wrong, or see where some of us go wrong.
Right.
And a lot of them don't like it either. Like you hearing the term black fatigue nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's something we've been dealing with for generations. We've been sick of niggas a long time. Y'all just not seeing it.
Exactly.
You know, it's just a kind of thing. But you know, I'm glad people are talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing, because you got to have dialogue. That's the only thing. Revolution only starts through conversation.
Yes.
100.
And we got to stop a lot of us niggas from messing it up for all of us, because they don't realize, you know, with everything being on social media, I'm just seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And we got to do something about it. And if that means calling people on their stuff, if that means disassociating from people, we got to protect ourselves, because we at a point in the history where black folks need to go one way or the other. We either gonna go down, or we can take this time in history that we in. When we talk about mental health, we'll be dealing with the economy and improve our station. But it's a choice that we got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a 100% fact, because we all kind of at a point where we got people in position, you know, in positions like Jasmine Crockett and my man Joe, I forgot Joe's last name, but we in a lot of positions to make real some type of real change. And you know, the black people utilizing this whole social media platform, but we gotta take it way more seriously, and we gotta get off this bag shit and that dumb make-believe bullshit. And we wasting a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? We're wasting a lot of time. It's like somebody we finally got a few more keys to the big house, but we bullshitting with the keys as opposed to utilizing these fucking tools in our advantage. We need what we have today, but damn near what a 1960s mentality.
I was about to say, 60s and 70s revolutionary mentality,
right?
With the tools and the things that we have available to us
Right.
now.
But I think a lot of black people, that then flipped into niggas, is because they believe we free. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
believe, like that shit ain't today. And I mean,
Right.
I've heard black people in their 40s talking about, man, that was a long time ago. It's like,
Time ago. Yeah.
that was the other day.
Yep.
Yesterday,
Except years ago, it may have been predominantly another race that did it. Now it's predominantly us. See, if
Right.
I go into an environment, I'm a kind of problem with a black person before I will a white person.
Right.
It's just this is God's honest
Yeah.
truth. But
Mhm.
why?
But why?
Like I'm around people like this whole bullshit notion about hustling and what that
Yeah.
Yeah.
means. I got
Oh,
people around me
man.
hustling, but they hustling the wrong stuff. They're not
Right.
hustling legit money. They're not hustling business loans. They're not
Right.
hustling opportunity. They're not hustling capitalism. They're
Mhm.
hustling nigga shit.
Yep.
And then you wonder why
Right.
you
Yeah.
ain't got nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Use that
Because
hustler mentality and take it to the boardroom and see how far you can get with it.
exactly. Hey, look, perfect example. I remember like when Death Row Records first came out, they were like, "Man, it's gonna be the strongest label." I said, "Not with that bullshit Suge Knight
Bullshit.
doing."
Nah.
Nope.
I said that's not
We were
business.
still doing nigga
That's not business. And I was like, them people they just not gonna keep putting up with it because they
Nah.
just don't fucking have to.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So instead of taking that opportunity, actually building something great. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Building something great, you had to keep it nigga. You had to
Yeah.
keep it nigga.
Yeah.
And only thing is like once that nigga shit starts spreading over a little too much into the white community, they're like, all
Yeah.
right, that's enough.
Cut that shit off.
That's enough of that.
Well, look at Carnival Cruise. I think they willing to sacrifice willing Carnival Cruise. My son
Oh,
said, get all the
we
niggas on
was just
Carnival
talking about.
Cruise and
So I
send
haven't
them.
seen the Carnival Cruise videos. Well, we was
They
just
ain't
talking
seen
about
the
it.
video yet, George. I'm telling you, it
Oh
was.
no, really?
Hey, yeah, it was. Like I said, it was some regular black people in there mixed up
Mhm.
with some niggas in there. I'm telling
Yeah, they
you,
always gonna be
it,
Right.
some niggas.
you know,
Hmm.
they'll
Yeah.
stop it once it start affecting the bottom line. But
Yeah.
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 you
Because
know,
as long as they got, they
right
can get
now,
on board paying that money, cool. But if they start
yeah.
overtaking things and it affecting everybody else
Oh
to
no,
that
they'll
extent,
stop as soon as the economy start halfway getting on track.
Mm-hmm.
It'll stop. See,
Right.
Yeah. Because right now
Trump,
they need them
the
black
the
dollars.
need the
the
black
the,
dollar.
They
t-
Yeah.
need them
the
black dollars.
tariffs, the tariffs, as Fred, I mean Brian like to say,
Them damn
is
tariffs.
messing with everybody. But black
Yeah.
people willing to still we still,
Yeah, we
even though
still
we
spend our money.
get
Yeah, we
fucked
still have
over, we still willing to spend our money.
yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's an income stream that Carnival Cruise Line here. Yeah, some of y'all white folks gonna be pissed off because you gotta listen to back your ass up while we leaving out the dock.
And y'all
But
know
Right.
y'all
once,
like that song anyway.
yeah,
Huh?
once we hit the open water, y'all gonna get y'all body James and all that shit. It's
Yeah,
gonna
Mhm.
they
be
want that. They
normal.
want that Steely Dan. That's what they want. Boy. Yeah, they
It's
Mhm.
gonna be normal. Don't worry about it. But
right.
yeah, man, Georgia, he 100,000% right. Like,
Mhm.
gotta get out there, and you're right. Gotta. It is time to make a choice
It
because
is. It is. It
I was
is.
born in 1968. Civil Rights Act got approved in 1968. That's only 50 something years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
ain't that long.
Not that long.
That
Not
ain't
that long.
that long. So when I do hear people say, oh, that was a long time ago. No, it's not, bro.
But
It ain't
I
been
think,
that long.
and I had to kind of explain it to the white folks, because I always try to get the white people a Black History moment at work, like every fucking day. I'm like,
Right.
here's y'all American history moment. Because I tell
Yeah.
them, like, y'all know America's story. You don't know America's history,
Right.
which is why y'all don't know. And y'all look at Black history somehow like it happened somewhere other than in America.
Different.
You know?
Yeah.
Well,
Like that shit happened in Wakanda or some shit.
I think I've realized lately in talking to people too how much of our history is not taught to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know.
I was talking to my girlfriend and I was wanting to talk about reparations. She was like, "What are reparations?" I'm like, our story is really not making it outside of us,
Yeah.
Mhm. It's
except for
not.
that
No.
1 month, and all they know
Right.
about it. Yeah, so I all we can do is encourage people to educate themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. But and that's why I bring it up, because the one white chick, she thought whenever black people talked about racism and all that, and even segregation, she was thinking slavery.
Right.
Oh wow.
Nothing beyond. She thought
Yeah.
when after
We go in-
slavery,
After slavery,
that was
everything was
it.
equal and
When
good.
once she was like, yeah, but black people been free. Like we wasn't free.
Free.
We was free with no rights. That's
Yeah.
like opening up a fucking bird cage after you cut his fucking wings off and say
Exactly.
you free.
They say
You
fly.
know
You
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I started explaining, the pig laws, Jim Crow,
Right.
the Willie Lynch era,
Right.
she was like, I didn't know nothing about that. And I was like, yeah. She said, and because she thought Martin Luther King was assassinated in the 1930s or some shit.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, girl, that happened in 68. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was like, I was born in 68.
Come
I was
on.
like, well, there you go.
So
Exactly.
there you go.
Saying? Are you a decrepit ass old lady? Hell no. So that wasn't a long time ago.
No.
But
Yeah.
and it was. I was surprised. I was really surprised.
I'm learning the same thing.
But
I'm learning
coming up in a predominantly black neighborhood in high school, predominantly black teachers.
teachers.
Thank
They
God
gonna
for
teach
Miss
us stuff.
Rubin. Somebody
got
was always hipping us, and and even in our home life,
Yeah.
we were taught these things. But I'm like, right, y'all don't discuss this shit
No,
because
they don't.
and
Don't
I
ever
always
like
bring
doing
it back to my. We had good times, y'all had happy
that.
days.
Happy days.
Days.
So y'all, even the things that were fed into you, media wise, television media wise,
Yeah.
wasn't a struggle. It wasn't a struggle. Everything was cool. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for us, I related even as a child to good times because, right, with some of the things that happened on the show, I was experiencing in that very moment.
Every moment.
You know what I'm saying? So our depiction is more true and more thorough, which is why I always tell people, black people, we are the bomb ass race of people. And that's
Right.
and white people prove it over and over again, because that's the reason why y'all niggas ain't shit, but we gonna go through hell and high water to keep you back and keep you down.
Exactly.
But if I ain't shit, you know what I'm saying?
have
If
to
I
work
ain't
that
shit,
hard.
then why are you overly concerned
Yeah.
about me? You know what I'm saying?
It's too hard to keep me down if I ain't shit.
Exactly, because we can dominate, but of course, and I understand they fear. They think we gonna do to them what they did to us, but we're not even that fucking interested. I think Black Panther depicted it the best. Them Wakandas was like, man, fuck y'all, we don't have nothing to do with you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We have nothing to do with you. So
Right.
and we proved it historically. Look at all the towns and all the cities, small cities we've created, and all of them thrive. Like 100% of them thrive, and all of them fail.
Didn't bother nobody. Stay to our business.
Exactly.
Did our little thing within our community.
Exactly. And it's the same thing now, which is why they take over, social media. They take over the music industry, create artists that they can control to do what they want to do. So that's why we don't, we was talking about Spike Lee earlier. That's why we don't get no more Spike Lee movies, but we'll get a Tyler Perry anytime, any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And we won't get another Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? But we can get Lil whomever.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, we'll get a little or young over and over again. And you could tell that was a play, because why all of them names were little something or young something. It was uniform. You know what I'm saying? It was uniform because it was created artists. But listen to their message. Their message was built to bring us down. You know what I'm saying? Their message bring us to keep us in this one particular area, in this one particular zone, man.
Well, the thing is, a lot of white people, they feel like we a monolith anyway, which is wrong.
Right.
I mean, you got a lot of black people still feel like we a monolith, because you tell somebody black you didn't vote for Obama, they're gonna look at you crazy.
Right.
So we all don't think alike. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think there's something that hurts us too, because we just assume that the brother next to us is gonna be a Jasmine Crockett fan, and that ain't the case. That don't make him any less black. Like we need to watch like that documentary Uncle Tom. Great documentary about black conservatism. We are not a monolith, and we're starting to see a return to sort of black conservatism in the circles that I'm in.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah.
That was a good documentary, by the way. I watched that.
I ain't watched
Yeah, that was. You know what I just thought about? Brian, I know you hate Tyler Perry, but I needed to go back to this because I just thought about this. Do y'all realize, and you can probably name the movie, the one movie where he made a black man look good?
Good
N-
deeds.
Who?
Good deeds.
What?
The Family That Prays.
Mm.
Yes. The Family That Prays.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But
Yeah.
they made he made the
When he made the
black
black
woman
woman,
look like
Woman,
extreme trash.
yes.
Number
yeah,
one, and number two, he and this is
White
stereotypical,
man
but
was more desirable. Like I
yeah,
want to be a white man thing.
because her daddy left her mama, left them broke. She got with the white man because she didn't want to be broke.
Right.
yeah, but the white man wasn't even actually with her, so she was a stupid hoe
No,
anyway.
no, he wasn't.
Mhm.
That was the thing, because it ended like that. Yeah, you wanted A, B, and C, but and actually you had nothing, and you let the man that actually was
Actually love
raising the
you
kid
and
that
taking
wasn't his.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
He still don't get no damn props though. Shit,
no, he don't
consistency is
because
what I need from
yeah,
this dude.
yeah. I just
Thanks,
thought I
Caroline.
might point that
Nah,
out.
yeah,
He still don't get no props because
it, it
for the
carries no weight in
20,000.
the upper left corner. It carries no weight in it.
It don't erase the million movies where he made
Nah.
us look like trash.
Right.
Because Diary of a
Like I said,
Mad
if he's
Black,
not doing it to
yeah,
black men, he's doing it to black women. And even in Snap, I mean, what it was, the
Straw.
Straw. It
Mhm.
yeah,
still was like an extreme, like that
Yeah.
don't make
yeah,
sense kind of situation, right?
Right.
And all that.
yeah.
So
Because I still need to punch him in the face when I see him for Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Because first
oh
of
yeah,
all, we're never gonna drag our woman out by her hair or
And that's not to say that that never happened. I think Al
it
Green
might
might have did
happen.
some shit like that,
and
but
it does,
but does
right?
not say that that would never happen. But but it's just
Again, the
not. It's not
depiction of
necessary.
it's not
Yeah,
necessary. No,
Right.
and that's the part of that movie that it was like that was way unnecessary
Right.
yeah.
for the
Right.
scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
too
Yeah.
much, too much.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
That was too much. I went to the movie
I
to see
invite
that.
Tyler Perry to the podcast, man. Him
Come on, Tyler.
and Umar Johnson. I need y'all. Yeah, I got
Sit with
questions.
your New Orleans fan. I mean, New Orleans family, and let's
Uh-huh.
talk. Mhm.
Right.
And hey, maybe we could pitch your all white Tyler Perry movie to him. We get him on the show.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
That's a good
And I'm
challenge.
telling you, that's when I'll be a Tyler Perry fan. When he
Right.
make that all white cast Tyler Perry movie and depict white people in the same way
Same
he
light.
depicts black people. And that's when I'll be like, Tyler Perry is my man.
We just want to keep it fair across the board. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn right.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
keep it fair.
That's it. Well, to wrap up, we already talked about we need more community, right? We
Right.
need to
Definitely.
recognize while we are not a monolith and we all don't think the same and act the same and we are not the same, but we all are of color and we all have a lot of the same struggles, especially systemically. And you have to choose what side you want to be on. Do you want to stay on the side of oppression or you want to elevate? You want to stay in your trauma or do you want to get better and do better and be better? Right. And the glass ceiling is only as high as you allow it to be.
Right.
And if
Yeah,
that means you got to relocate, that means you got to change mindsets. If that means you got to take a risk and step out and do something different, because when I started my business, I was scared. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary thing. Right. And all that. But I knew if I didn't take a chance, then nothing would happen. You know? It's like they used to watch Finding Nemo all the time. She knew the whole monologue when she was little. And that part in that movie where Marlon, the dad, is talking to Dory, and he's like, I promised I wouldn't let anything happen to him. And Dory says, well, then nothing will happen to him, right? Because he won't be able to get out there and do nothing. He'll never see anything. If you don't let anything happen to him, he won't experience life.
Right.
So you got to take a chance in order to make things happen, in order to be better, do better, and all that. And and you should be lifting your own folks.
Right.
Plain
Yeah.
and
Oh,
simple. No
definitely.
reason not to.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no
Right.
reason not to. So get into it and do it. And speaking of lifting our own folks, I'm gonna give my daughter a shout out because she started her own wedding planning company about a month or so ago.
Yep.
And all that. And
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
she's
So
doing
now,
this is her.
ooh, the brown sugar experience.
Yeah.
I like that.
Use it
Y'all
now.
see that logo, huh? That logo fire,
Yeah.
ain't it?
That logo is hitting. That logo is hitting.
Representing.
Indeed.
And I'm going to play her little video that she created for social media. She was very nervous about getting herself on social media, but that's how we advertise now and all that. But it's working for her, and I'm going to add that she is nationwide. She focuses on Black and brown folks because, again, catering to us, because there's not, even in the wedding industry, ain't nothing made for us.
Right.
Cater to rich white folks and all that. And she decided to have reasonable prices because she said it should not cost you your firstborn child to get married and celebrate your love.
Right.
Right? Because that's
For real.
not necessary and all that. So here is her video.
What's up, y'all? It's Nay with the Brown Sugar Experience. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous popping out for you guys like this, but I thought I would let y'all know about me and what I've created, right? So, like I said, I'm Nay, and I created the Brown Sugar Experience for us. I created it for our love and for our culture and for our stories and for our magic and anything else you can think of in between. I do weddings, I do events, and I plan anything that you don't feel like planning, right? I want this to feel like your family is planning this event. I want this to be as special and as sacred as it was always meant to be, but somehow got lost, right? So I'm here to bring that back. I'm here to bring back celebrating the love, not just the show, right? So yeah, follow me on this journey. If you've been here already, I love you so much, so much. And if you're new here, welcome. Hi. Okay, that's me. I'm out. Peace.
That's tight.
That's like it.
That's tight. Hey,
You know what?
I'm
I'm about to give her some more props. She has an excellent talking voice.
She does.
For
you saying
somebody
Black people
that
don't
was
have excellent talking voice? No, I'm just fucking.
no, because for somebody that you could tell she was nervous, she didn't sound nervous.
She didn't.
Right.
So once she got into the groove, you could tell she really meant what she was saying.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And I like
why it's working for her.
authentic. It's authentic. It make you want to hide. Now, because I'm looking at the video, and this is my like 4th time seeing the video. And I'm looking at the video like, man, I might have an event just so she can plan a damn event. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we did that today. It inspired. Me and Fred was talking about it earlier, and Fred was like, that's getting me spunked up. I used to want to have an event center in New Orleans. I'm getting back on top of that because you got an event planner in the family now. We're gonna do it where you want to do it at.
Right.
And I love.
I'm trying to see how all of us can make.
Exactly. And I've always dreamed of all of us being in all of our businesses together, which is why I invited y'all to do this with me, right? And all that, because my dream is for y'all know we always had that phrase, when I blow up, you blow up, right? And so because I want to bring our family in, I ask our cousins all the time, like, you got a commercial? Let's play it on the show.
Right.
Like, I talked to Raven and I was like, you still got your cleaning company? You need to make a little commercial so I can put it on the show.
Right.
She really do.
Right? Similar to what Brian B was talking about today, and he talked about that when we was on the other show. And I'm like, no, we're gonna show to show. I'll be on your show, you be on my show. Let's do all the shows. Let's what do you need? Like, what do you need? How can I be there for you?
Right.
I was on Morning Mimosas, texting her back and forth. Whenever you need me to be a psychological expert or just a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you need? How can I support what you're doing? Because that's us looking out for each other, right? And I think in order for us to kill nigga shit, right, we're going to have to talk more. We're going to have to communicate more. We're going to have to pour into the people who have that mentality. And it's hard to break. I know it's hard to break. But that's part of what I do at Choosing Empowerment as well, is when I'm talking to people that come in and they're like, no, because I'll draw them in with the no bullshit shit. I really like,
right.
So what made you choosing empowerment? It's the no bullshit for me. All right, well, come on, because we're not going to bullshit. We're going to get your damn mind right.
Right.
And it is elevation time for us. Right. It's time. It's time, period. I see all the shifts happening. It's fucking time now. Right.
Yep.
So this show will continue to tell the truth.
Yep. That's what we're here to do.
We're gonna continue to connect communities. We're gonna unify and recognize who the enemy really is, right? And stop separating ourselves in that way. There's more than one way to be black. There's 10,000 ways to be black, right? And we're gonna respect all of them. But when that way is hindering us, you as a person and us as a people, we're gonna call you on it.
Right.
We're gonna call you on it. Because that shit gotta stop. That shit gotta stop.
I'm gonna definitely call your ass on if I see you doing some nigga shit.
So that's what we
yeah, better than that.
Any other final thoughts before we roll on out of here?
Nah, we good. I feel like, the point was made. I hope people, listen, make them proper changes. If you got to change your address, change your mentality, change thinking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be those. We don't have to be them people.
Yeah.
Also change your drawers. That's important.
Yeah. Damn.
Override your primal brain and face your fears.
Come on, Fred.
Your primal brain is keeping you locked up in that cave. You gotta get out there and face your fears, man. Failure ain't nothing but a chance to do better.
Yeah, and you need help doing that. You got a lot of coaches over here.
Right. Exactly.
A lot of coaches over here on the real. We motivate, we coach, we trying to help you elevate. And if you want to be a part of any of the causes that we be a part of, let's do it. If you got a cause for us to be a part of, let us know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how we roll. That's what we do. So as always, as we roll out, we are conscious, we're aware, we stay prepared, and we ain't never scared.
Never. And never scared gets more and more aggressive every week.
So people understand we ain't never scared. Never scared. Because fear snatches all things away from you and keep you paralyzed. I got time to be scared. My ancestors couldn't be scared, and that's what helped us to be here.
Right. Facts.
There we go. So y'all have a good week. We will see y'all on the next week. We don't know what we're talking about yet, but y'all find out.
We'll know. You know when we know.
You know when we won't know. And remember that Uncle George, you got a shout out from Nene.
Okay. That's what's up.
What I was about to say, man, I missed my point. I can't remember what it was now because ADHD. So, all right, that's what I was gonna say. Remember, every show is a part one.
Facts.
So this will be back around. This will be back around. But y'all have a good weekend. Don't let nobody bullshit you this week.